Good morning. I am honored to stand before you. While each of us has taken a unique path to be here, we now come together as one to celebrate our graduation. I would like to tell you a story about the journey that brought me here today. My journey began as a college student who attended medical school and became an anesthesiologist. I have spent the last 20 years in one job at one university-affiliated medical center. So what made me choose to go back to school and acquire my Lake Forest MBA? I was in my own little world before I started my MBA classes. I felt that things were going well for me. However, my little world was being squeezed by the bigger world around me. As you know, the practice of medicine has received a great deal of attention. There is uncertainty in its future. Regardless of how each of you earn your living, your business world may also be in transition. I began to feel like a mouse, and someone was moving my cheese. I wanted my cheese back. I wanted to determine my own destiny. I believe that dramatic changes in healthcare will occur. I needed a different education to help me understand and respond to the changes that the future would bring. I had no appreciation of economics, marketing, or organizational behavior. I had to be proactive in order to avoid becoming a dinosaur in our changing world. I don't think my story is all that unusual. I was struggling with an issue that many of us face today. That issue is change. Despite our comfort with the status quo, our world changes. Since I started business school, the global economy has gotten worse, not better. Uncertainty seems to be the rule. Yogi Berra said it best: the future ain't what it used to be. We as individuals also change. As I get older, I lose more of my hair. But my barber is happy. He still charges me full price for a haircut, even though I have less hair now compared to when I started business school. How have we changed during our MBA journey? Since I don't know each of your stories, the best that I can do is share my story with all of you. Because of my age, some may suggest that starting business school illustrated my midlife crisis. Possibly so. Many men deal with their midlife crises by purchasing a red sports car. Although buying a red sports car would have been more fun than attending business school, a red sports car would not help me deal with change. Through my experience with all of you, I have learned so much. I better appreciate the value of multiple perspectives. You introduced me to new ways of thinking. Like many of us, I made mistakes. When I made my mistakes, you were kind and laughed with me. You did not laugh at me. I am more humble now than I was 4 years ago. Through our interactions, I learned to be a better communicator. In the past, too often I would speak first and then deal with the consequences of my words. While a student, I put my foot in my mouth more often than I would like to admit. Hopefully, I now recognize the importance of listening first, thinking second, and speaking third. We have been given 2 ears and only 1 mouth for a reason. At Lake Forest, it became clear to me that I tended to be resistant to change. I liked remaining in my comfort zone because I was more successful there. Remember when we recited the poem Jabberwocky in front of the class? This was an exercise meant to take each of us out of our comfort zone. Most students put on a special costume for their Jabberwocky presentation. I was different. I started my Jabberwocky presentation dressed in a suit and a tie. By the end of my presentation, I had stripped down to my underwear and my socks. This is not something I would have done before business school. During college and medical school, the focus was on individual learning and individual performance. I went to class, I read the book, I took the test. In business school, our experience was different. In business school, the focus was on team learning and team performance. Working in teams with you helped me become more flexible. Flexibility is key to change. My studies at Lake Forest have changed my professional responsibilities. As a result of my education, I was confident enough to seek new opportunities within my medical practice. I was named the Chief Compliance Officer for my department. In addition, I have been given more responsibilities with the financial aspects of our business. I challenge you, the new graduates, to seek change as a new opportunity. One of my favorite sayings is that every journey begins with a first step. Each of us in the class of 2012 took the first step when we applied to Lake Forest Graduate School of Management. Each week we took additional steps by completing our class assignments. Today we take another step by participating in our graduation ceremony. But now is not the time to stop walking. Now is the time to pick up our pace. By our contributions, it is up to us to make the world a better place. We know what to do, but knowing is not enough. We must act on our knowledge. We must keep taking additional steps so that we can make a difference. We should not be afraid of failure. As we have been taught, failure is part of learning. As a graduating MBA, I have sought to maintain a relationship with Lake Forest Graduate School of Management. I serve on committees to improve the curriculum for those students interested in healthcare. I believe it is important for each of us to seek continued participation in Lake Forest because the school has given us so much. Alumni contribution is needed for Lake Forest to grow. We owe a special thanks to so many. Our family, friends, colleagues, and those working at Lake Forest have helped us during our MBA journey. I have gone to school for many years. I can say with honesty that Lake Forest Graduate School of Management has provided me with my most enjoyable learning experience. Much of this is because of my interactions and friendships with my fellow students, instructors, and staff. My MBA journey has changed me. It has been my honor and my privilege to be your classmate.